I'm Tim Snyder. I'm the program coordinator of the Troopers Drum and Bugle Corps, and we're here in Casper, Wyoming, getting ready for our preview show. The partnership with Ensemble Innovations has been phenomenal. They have gone above and beyond trying to help us achieve the goals and the thought processes that we had for the costume. The uniform concept, that came from basically last year's uniform a little bit. The idea for the concept was we caught the sun. What does that look like? You can't catch a big fireball and not be burned in some way. So we kind of started with last year's costume, and we kind of said, okay, what can we take off that would go away, and then what would it look like if it was charred or burned, and you know, how does that work? And then as the show concept developed, we started putting together ideas of what that might look like if there were fire and things like that. I mean, the show's called Dance with the Devil, so obviously there's some sort of fire involved, I would assume. And so we just started putting those things onto the costume, and it kind of developed itself from there. It's been a very cool process to take away from one thing, build another thing, and do it with a company that has really tried to accommodate everything we wanted to do. The concept behind the color guard was basically just to augment the Corps proper, and how do we make them look like the antagonist in certain parts of the show, because in the beginning of the show, they kind of do the devil's bidding, and so we needed them to be sleek and more aerodynamic is the way I call it, but they also have extra things around them that kind of confine them, and masks and things like that to kind of set them apart from the Corps proper. And you know, the design aspect was really difficult to put together the guard costume, but I think the way Ensemble approached our design and helped us flesh out what we could do on the field with what Ensemble could do, which is a lot, made it a lot more streamlined and a lot easier to realize the ideas that we had. Just this week we had an issue where we needed some more costumes because some kids were a little smaller, a little bigger than what we had measured, and we reached out to Ensemble Innovations and said, hey, what can you do? And they said, it'll be there, it'll be on time, it'll be what you want. And everything that we've gotten from Ensemble has been on time, and like I said, they've gone above and beyond helping us. You know, they turned, I think it was 5 to 10 costumes that we needed really adjusted for certain kids. They turned those in literally less than 48 hours, and they're here. They're actually here right now. So it was pretty amazing.